If you haven't realized it already, I'm like 3 days late on the vlog. But that's not for lack of trying. Let's see if we can get this thing off the ground today. I'm headed to a health check, the same one that I was going to go to on the day I went and visited those musical instruments. I gotta get this checkup. I have to get it done. My visa is gonna run out again. It's a temporary 30-day visa that allows me 30 days in order to convert it to this marriage visa. I don't really know all the details. I just do what the lady tells me, the lady being Annie. Now I go down the windy path. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 tests. Fun stuff. It's sort of like a maze in here. I think you just kind of guess where the next stop is. Gonna be ready tomorrow. Woo boy, I like to run it tight. I really got to carry a notebook around and write notes to myself to remind me to stay on pace. You know, it's funny, once you live in China like I have for a number of years, probably over 3, once you get over 3, you start to do things multiple times because you're resetting visas or you're extending this or doing that, and you end up having like this weird knowledge base and this lack of fear in things. Because I remember the first time I went there, I had to have somebody with me, one of my Chinese friends. I had to be handheld through the whole thing. It was very, not nerve-wracking, but just frustrating, you know? But today, it's just doing it again. That's pretty much everything in life, you know? The more you do it, the more easier it gets, from musical instruments to athletic events or whatever. I say this because I saw a couple of people in there. It was their first time, you know? Their first time in China. Their first time getting all these tests and things done. Their first time going through all the bullshit. I gotta imagine, you know, they were going through similar feelings as I had. I think it might be nice to start up my China 101 video series again. Just the basics that I've come to call normal, but many people probably find nerve-wracking or interesting or something, you know? Just talk about, you know, basics, visas, customs, and just isms, you know, China isms. I think I can make a whole series about that. But again, it takes doing. Talk is cheap. Back at the house, we have a new Ai. Say ni hao. She said in Ningbo Hua, ta zhou Nike. And I said, what does that mean? In Ningbo culture, when you see a cute baby, you can't say it's cute. You have to say the opposite. Why can't you say she's cute?
They said if you say cute, then she will stop being cute.
Yeah, it's
so
like
you say
Chinese condition. Like so if you call someone the name is a bit of a saying, and lucky or like, you know,
then she won't be lucky.
Yeah,
it's interesting.
It's a weird way. It's superstitious.
We changed the things even we still say only the guy she's very good baby, but we say you're a bad baby.
Anyway, Nike means not beautiful.
Yeah,
you're not beautiful. You need to be more beautiful. Our Ai really likes our baby. In an episode quite some time ago, I went to a pig's foot restaurant with Annie. It's owned by a friend of hers, and so we're headed there right now with Paul. Plus we got that new chair. You saw the chair in the review of the last couple of days. We're gonna put it in the car and have Eva riding in the car proper. Are you good, honey? How's it comfortable? How's it look? Do you look happy? Oh, you don't really look happy. I saw a video game here. Is it promoting violence in a weird way? Snowflakes, snowman, beautiful AK-47s. And like happy Sims music. I just convinced Annie to not buy more baby clothes because she has enough.
Oh, this is cute.
That's for you, that's okay.
No, for Eva, when we go out, cover her like that. Pinky Dandy. Pinky Superman. Eva is sleeping.
For all you guys wondering what I've been doing with Matt's Reef Tank, I just finished the proposal for the school. I'm going to send it to them. Hopefully they will respond with a okay and take the tank. But upon doing it, it came up really nice. I put together a budget of what they'll need to invest into the move and the setup, maintenance routines, care of the tank on a daily, monthly, and extended basis. And then I started doing like school project ideas. You know, if a school like this had a reef tank, there's all sorts of extra things that the students could do. From science class doing chemical testings, naming and cataloging the fish, so the students would have a responsibility for finding what fish relate to what other fish, and create a whole brochure of each fish so that if the students go up to the fish tank, they can open a binder and it'll have all the different fish and their specific needs. Fish coral species identification, fish anatomy. Science class could look into exactly what makes a fish work. They have like a science class with microscopes, and they can take a small piece of either the water in the sump or the sand in the main tank, and then look at it through a microscope and identify as many little living things as they can. Aquarium art, where they can, the younger students could paint pictures of the fish and then cut them out and put them on the wall and maybe make a really like an aquarium wall with all the fish and stories behind them. And then literature class could write stories about the fish, so they get to observe the fish and then they pick a fish and then they create a story around that fish. Joe the yellowtang likes to go and swim to Australia, and he has this hobby and things like that, you know, or whatever. Make a story, and then maybe even have a few of the select students go to the aquarium store and pick out new fish from time to time. That'd be very, very cool. I told them that if they take the tank, they form like a specific tank care group, teach them how to take care of the tank, and then they would have the responsibility for doing that. And even like the science class could do the chemical tests, and then whoever got the best, most accurate chemical test could go on the board in front of the fish tank. So, you know, there would be a chart at the fish tank where all the tests would be logged down and make sure that everything is calibrated properly. Anyways, it's really exciting. I think that'd be a great thing. I hope that they decide to take it. Anyways, let's give me a little update. Dad just came by. Annie's dad dropped off some chickens for us to have for dinner. Annie's freaking out. Why are you freaking out, hon?
So big, and he's a very ugly chicken.
How is a chicken ugly?
Look, look.
He's got freckles on his ass.
Blech.
Oh, that's a happy chicken. Annie's cooking, and I'm supposed to take care of Eva. I decided to show you probably the most cutest thing ever. I was holding Eva and I sighed out. when I was holding her and her face was in front of me. And she really, really enjoys. Let me just show you. Hey, honey. Hey, hey. Can you honestly tell me that is not the most adorable thing you've ever seen? You like that? It's like a drug. Is that cool? Yeah? Is that cool? You like that? You like that? You like that? So cute. To be honest, Annie hates when I do that. She thinks she doesn't like it. She's choking. I think she loves it. What do you think? I'm trying to change your diaper, honey. But instead you're doing your gymnastics.